six trainers that are nearly completely full, or if not completely full. You've got a gym that's going to be opening in a couple of months as well. Income-wise for the business, where's that at?
50 a month.
50K a month with that. Do you want to explode your business and your income? Do you want to be able to go on holidays and have your business actually grow and your monthly income grow as well? Or do you want to be able to have multiple trainers working for you that are fully booked? Now, there's a good chance that you said yes, and that's why I'm really excited to be sharing this episode with Aaron with you today, where he's going to be showing you what he's done going off starting small, now breaking over $50,000 months. In this episode, we're going to be diving deep into how Aaron is breaking $50,000 months, how he's got 6 trainers on board working for him, and how they are nearly fully booked as well. And also how he's recently just gone on a holiday and come back with his trainers, signing on more clients and having an extra $5,000 per month of recurring income growing forward in his business. Now, we hear from trainers and coaches all the time that are being frustrated or confused with what to do to build their dream fitness business. And the thing is, it's not complicated. It doesn't have to be. And this is why I want to be sharing with you the steps that are going to be working, what the coaches are using inside the cartel today for you to be able to simply use.
Okay, so like now the business is really steadily growing. I wouldn't say there's any main problems. It's going forward, but we get basically our business goes off referrals. Of course, that's not something you want to rely on. You want to have different sort of sources of leads coming in. So whether that be from Facebook ads, Google ads, referrals, or whatever that is. But ours grows really well off referrals, and obviously that's our main thing, is to do a good job with the coaching, and that's what I really push the most. I give basically my my coaches about 4 hours of coaching study per week, whether I meet up with them twice a week and do 2 hours, or take them through stuff, or teach them sales, or teach them business stuff, teach them marketing, teach them how to little tricks for bench press, squat, whatever that is, but making the coaches better, and then getting the coaches to employ that with their clients straight away, and telling the clients that they've just learned this yesterday and they'd like to try it out. Clients really like when you keep learning shit. You not just do your PT course, think you know everything, and then sort of leave it. But and then when we do that and stuff like that, the clients actually realize that we really care. We're not just trying to take the money off them every hour. And then the referrals grow a lot better. So our business grows with referrals, and we have and the joint venture that we have with a massage company here.
Yep.
I can talk about how we do the referrals and stuff if you want as well, like how that sort of links in with the massage company.
Totally. No, that's really good. I'll just quickly jump in and say, I don't want this to go over top of anyone's head that's tuned in with us right now. Your main focus is actually making sure that what you deliver to your clients, do you know what I mean, is supreme. So number one focus is actually getting clients results. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like there's so many coaches and trainers that are trying to find something that's so magical, so wonderful, do you know what I mean, silver unicorn of a funnel that's out there that does not exist. What you're doing is actually getting people results and upskilling yourself and then your coaches to actually make that happen. So you've got 6 trainers that are nearly completely full, or if not completely full. You've got a gym that's going to be opening in a couple of months as well. Income-wise for the business, where's that at?
50 a month.
50K a month with that. And how would you describe your actual position in the business now? Like, do you know what I mean? What's your focus and what are you enjoying and not enjoying?
So I don't know if I've actually told you this, but I've actually sold some equity to some of my trainers. So did I tell you that?
No, you said you were going to. You didn't actually tell me that you had. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So I've appointed one of my guys who's been with me for the longest, the male, as the head coach. So his job is to, help me make sure that the coaches are all upskilled. Putting a pressure on to make sure they stay on top of their game. Otherwise they get left behind. So, as I said, I try to give them a few hours of teaching every single week, and he does the exact same thing. Whether he goes to the gym and trains with them, trains them in the gym, and uses his own time to do it. Just to give them something more. He's been doing for a lot longer. It's in my little clone. I don't know if we spoke about this before, but Yeah, so he's been a coach who's been around for a lot longer than what most of the other ones have.
Yeah.
And then I've got another guy who's a very, very charismatic guy. So I've also sold him some equity, and he's basically in charge of sales. So his job is to follow up on every single lead that we get, do some reaching out. He speaks Finnish, obviously, so that helps a lot. There's sometimes a bit of a barrier between me being an Aussie in Finland and all that sort of stuff, and that's okay, but sometimes it's a good thing as well.
Can we quickly jump in? Because I think what's really cool is when you went on your trip recently, and then when you came back from your trip, how many sales, how many new clients, and how much your revenue had grown in that time with you not doing that. Can we share that?
Yeah. So I think revenue grew like 5K a month in the time I was away for 6 days. So, there was a lot of things happening at that time that sort of I knew that was going to sort of happen. Yeah. I didn't know it was going to go so well. But obviously the whole idea of having a business as compared to being a solo entrepreneur is that having something that runs when you're away, and that's obviously the goal. That's why I've empowered the certain coaches who sort of want a bit more than what other coaches might want. They're a bit more keen, so they've got goals they have to set every single month. We have to get 10 new clients a month minimum. And only lose 2 a month. So the retention has to be a growth rate of 8 a month. Otherwise, they don't get their bonuses and stuff like that. So you empower these things as well, and that's something I learned as well. And just by doing that, I think we grew like 20, in the last month and a half. So they're obviously really happy as well because that affects how much they get in the end of the year. So.
Yeah.
And also incentivized every single trainer that we have working for us on a net profit share. So everyone's goals are very aligned with, growing the business and obviously retaining clients. That's one of the most important things I said, because if we get 10 clients and we lose 8, the business is not really growing, right? So, so they're all very, very keen to keep learning and keep studying more and keep providing their clients with results and keeping clients. So, if you want, I can talk about how we use the referral system. And
let's do it. Let's jump in. Let's go. Let's talk about the referral system. And if you want to give the example of the massage therapist that you teamed up with as well for it, the joint venture.
Yeah. So it's basically done the same way. So with the referral system, we have a charity that we donate money to. So basically, let's say you're my client, you get me a client, I give you €100 cash. If the client trains once a week. So we have different levels of the referral system as well. So if they train twice a week, you get €200 cash. From there, we put €50 or €100 into charity, depending on the level of referral. And then also we send that client for one massage or 2 massages. So I book it in, pay for it, send them for a massage. Obviously how that works is we get the massage company very qualified leads as well. So they're very keen on, if I pay for the first massage as well, it's a very, very low barrier for them. So they give me a bit of a discount, of course, and because they don't have to source the lead and stuff like that. So they're obviously keen on selling it from then on. So we do it that way. And basically, a lot of people don't take the cash. We might donate the whole lot to charity, or even that's the deal we have. If they don't take it, the whole lot goes to charity, or we send them more gift vouchers, whether it could be going out for dinner, they might mention something they liked at a restaurant. So we sort of take notes on these little things. They liked a restaurant, or their wife's birthday's coming up, or something like that. We should try and understand what's going on. And we might sort of organize to do something a little bit different as well.
That's awesome. So let's break this down and kind of peel it back so somebody can action this stuff. Let's say somebody's got in mind a couple of JVs that they want to put together. Do you know what I mean? Some kind of relationships to grow and to win-win for both of them. How do you get your foot in the door? And I think this is something that you're really good at, Aaron, especially because where you've gone from a trainer to what your niche and your kind of specialty is, if you want to share what that is as well. And then obviously how you leverage that into building these relationships.
Yeah, okay. So the first thing, with joint ventures, I don't think you should walk in and just ask for something, I see a lot of people doing that, or I hear a lot of people doing that, just walking to a massage company. It's a big massage company, right? Of course, you want to look for one of the biggest ones, but you want to have something to offer them. So first thing is I actually pay for a massage, right? That way I get to meet them. And I try to book it in with the owner or one of the founders or someone who I know is high up in the massage company. You can normally work it out off their website.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. And whether it's a chiropractor is a good option as well. So you'll normally get a solo person there, and normally get pretty qualified leads as well. So yeah, I did that. And then, you know, over the time we put flyers in there and just little things as well. And then over the time I work with a lot of tech companies, so companies that have a fair bit of money, fair bit of disposable income. And then basically working with those companies, I put the massage company inside of this company. So they now have like 30 hours a week work just off me. So that they make like guaranteed let's say 5,000 Australian dollars a month just from me.
Yeah.
So I put them inside this massage company inside one of the companies we work at. From there, basically they saw value. I then asked them, hey, do you mind if you send an email out to your whole email list? And then we put basically a survey inside the email list to offering free training spots for 20 people. Of course, you can take more if you want to take more, if you see that the leads are qualified. We basically put a survey inside the email where they click onto it, went to a survey, filled it out, and we sort of determined which ones are more qualified for becoming clients, like asking questions like, what were their goals? What do they want to do? How old are they? So you can basically work out, you know, salary. If they value coaching, would they want to pay for it after the free intro session? Yep. You know, give them 5 options. You know, try to make it pretty low key, but you know, doing stuff like that was pretty. I'd say the best way to do it. Yeah. So in terms of joint venture, we also have another joint venture with the gym that we train clients at the moment. And what I did there was I don't pay rent. That's one thing. I don't have any costs at the moment in terms of the gym. What I did was I went to the gym and I sold memberships for the gym. So because I didn't want to pay rent. So I sold memberships to companies. So companies I knew that could be keen or in the area that had a lot of money as well, who didn't have a gym in their own building. So I knew that in the center of the city, and then I sold gym memberships. So that was probably the best way. And then we got access to their email database, their phone database. So we have another 6,000, you know, email addresses that we can use, and 6,000 phone numbers that we want to make phone calls. And,
awesome.
And that sort of stuff. So there's another joint venture. But you know, obviously going in there with something to offer before you ask for something is probably one of the most important things, I would think.
Absolutely. And I think that's like, it's just so simple, but so important. What are you bringing to the table first? And obviously cultivating that relationship, and then being able to obviously have them go, oh my God, I so recommend these guys, because they know what you're doing and they know the value that you're bringing to the table as well. So let's go outcomes right now. Give me some hard results of joint ventures that you put together, and kind of like where you've seen like boosts of clients and income into the business.
Yeah. Okay. So we did the massage company email list, for example. I think out of the 20 intros that we gave away for free, so free introductory sessions is how we make the sale. We don't have any commitment with our coaching because I want the pressure on the coaches as well to perform and keep the clients. Generally, I find that's the better way because we don't have to resell to the clients, and then people become a lot more loyal that way, where it's the low barrier, but they just stay for longer. Like most of our clients don't leave, especially males. What we find is actually males have never left. So if we sold a male, we basically got them for a few years. So the lifetime value of that client's really, really high. So what was I saying? So out of the 20 that we had sign on for the free intro session, we sold to 17. So that gives you
that's awesome.
You know, and whether that be a client that pays, you know, minimum is $400 a month, basically, and then just under 400, so 396 or something like that. But and then they could be trading up to 3 times a week. So the minimum for that would be $1,200 a month, or $1,100 and something a month.
So that's a big jump of income for the business on a per monthly basis.
Yeah. So I think we've grown nearly double the business in the last 6 months.
That's awesome.
So I hired 3 trainers in the last 6 months, and they're basically all booked out. All booked out. they will be by March next year at this growth rate.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, brilliant. Let's go lessons right now. Looking back, what have you learned over the period of time of obviously being able to double the business and, you know, start from scratch up to 50K?
Yeah, do a good job first. Like I'm in a small city, so Helsinki is not that big. So I find retention is the most important thing.
Yeah.
So doing a good job and getting referrals is the most important thing I find for here. Whether that be like if you lived in New York, yeah, you've got a lot more clients to choose from. For me, it's a very, very small market. You know, we do that sort of money off 90 people, right? Yeah. So it's not like we need a lot of people. It's the whole 1,000 true fans sort of story. But I find that works a lot better. But so doing a good job is the most important thing I would find. Doing a good job, getting the referrals. That's the best way for a PT business to grow, I think. Maybe not with the online aspect, but definitely with the face-to-face aspect.
Yeah, totally.
Because then you'll find your niche market, because you know the person that's going to refer the 5 closest friends could be could be their wife, could be their best friend, could be the person they work with, you know, that sits next to them. They're all going to be very, very similar income. So it makes it a lot easier to keep those clients as well. If you're always trying to rely on Facebook ads or Google ads, you're going to get some flaky people every now and then. One of the other biggest things I learned was, you know, straight away start training coaches. For me, that was my biggest fuck up, I would say. Yeah. When the business was growing, I just went, I'm going to hire someone. And then the poor girl, I just dropped her in the deep end. You know, and I didn't really spend much time with her, you know, at the start, and in terms of like teaching her, making sure she's at the same level. She's good now, great, but like at the start, I didn't do it. And then the next few hires I did, I ended up firing them straight away. So hire slow, fire fast. That's another one. But yeah, I'd say that they were the biggest learning curves. I'd say they're the most important things, mate.
That's awesome. Okay, let's put this into a nutshell, because I just made these notes here from what we've gone through. Number one for everyone's tuning in is get results. Do you know what I mean? And I think this is just universal for absolutely everyone, but I feel like this does get missed in the health and fitness world. And I know we've laughed about this a few times, Aaron. Do you know what I mean? So make sure that you are doing scrubbed up to the point and actually focusing the business and the way you coach people to get results. 2 is have scale. So for you, it was obviously the ability to put trainers in and have the traffic to then get clients and signing on board. Now it's brilliant because you've got your trainers actually doing the traffic, doing the sales, and doing the delivery as well, which means you can step out of the business. And obviously the third one is have traffic sources. So for you, traffic sources is a killer referral system and joint ventures to be able to stick on. Do you know what I mean? Other people have really good social media or really good paid advertising like Facebook ads, but essentially it's just having one and making sure that that's actually really good. I would say, and what I really tip my cap to what you've done so well, is stuck with what works and double down on it. Do you know what I mean? In the world where everybody is trying to chase the new fancy shiny object and trying to do 101 different things, do the thing that actually works and do it bloody well and grow it that way as well. What do you think about that?
Yeah, man, for sure. Like, I've got one thing to add about the referral system. Actually, if a client stays for 3 months, so it actually, with the referrals, we do the same money again.
Yeah.
So I said about the start, we actually go, all right, your friend is obviously high value to me. So that it then incentivizes the clients to give really high quality referrals as well. So, another thing that we do as well a lot is because we focus on business guys mostly, that's our best target market in terms of the business CEOs. They train 3 times a week. It's always a guaranteed 3-time a week client. So we're looking at 1,200 euros a month sort of stuff, around that, if not more. And then we approach them on LinkedIn. We actually pay for a LinkedIn, premium account, and I just send them a cold email asking them to come for lunch. And I'm going to pay for the lunch or pay for a coffee. And I just like to catch up with them, and we just have a bit of a chat. So that's one thing we do. Actually, like, for me, that stuff works a lot better than Facebook ads and that sort of stuff. Like, yeah, we run Facebook ads and some lead ads and stuff like that. I might get like 1 a week coming from there, but I don't, yeah, I double down on certain things, but I still try and have these different avenues for growth, because we don't really know when the referrals are going to run out, when it's going to start to piss people off. Like if we're constantly asking for them, it obviously gets pretty annoying. Um, but, doing things that your clients really like, listen to your clients as well. Like if they set a goal, make sure they get to that goal. If they want to bench 120 kilos, like a lot of my clients, they want to bench 100 kilos. That was when they first signed up. They want to bench 100. We go into that goal in a couple of months. A lot of them, some a couple of weeks, and then I collectively make them set goals together. So like I have 6 clients, or 4 out of my 6, like 4 clients, and there's 2 friends as well, separate. But they want to bench 600 kilos together. So they're all business guys, probably some of the biggest business CEOs of Helsinki. But they want to bench 600 kilos together. So I have to get to all these 4 to 120 kilo bench. Yeah. So it also keeps them in really tight as well. And we have that founder Friday thing as well.
Yeah. Please tell them, the audience right now tuning in, what that is, because I absolutely love this.
Yeah. So this is a Friday boot camp. It's called Founder, which is company owner, started a company. Founder Fat Fuck Friday. So it was something a bit different that we started. And obviously it was to keep the sort of network really tight. And that grew our referrals like a lot, just from doing something like that. And it also it's the best way for us to approach people on LinkedIn, because they want to be around these other successful people. So people want to be around successful people, motivated people all the time. So we have like this thing where we go, Founder Fat Fuck Friday, come along, you can try for free. We do a boot camp, and then I rent a restaurant / sauna, which is like a place called Lolu. It's here on the water.
Yeah.
And then we pay for that. And get them smoothies. We get a guy to come in and make them smoothies, and then make them coffee. And they do the boot camp, and then we sit down there and chill. And for about 2 hours, they have a bit of a networking Friday morning in a way. So before they go to work for the last day of the week. That grew our referrals really well. So something we're doing when we open the gym is like strength days or muscle camps, once a month. Yep. So where everyone comes in and sort of records some results and stuff like that. So it keeps that accountability, that sort of like CrossFit places do it really well.
Yeah.
They're the perfect example. So if you can sort of take something from what someone else is doing really successfully in some sort of way and sort of use that, I would try and use it as well. And obviously we test and adjust all these things. If something doesn't work, we'll try it for a little while, but we're not going to keep bashing our head against the wall. We might just go, all right, that didn't work. We'll move on to the next thing. We're just going to keep on trying stuff all the time. So, I'm using the referrals and doubling down on the things that work. If clients give me good value, I'll just give them more stuff. I'll pay for more massages. I'll take them out for dinner. I'll do whatever. But always trying new stuff is key. But then don't waste too much time and money on it if it's not working. So.
Nah, dude, you're absolutely nailing it, Aaron. Let's say best next steps from now. What do you want the person tuning in to actually do from today?
From today. Okay. So I would look at who your clients are and really nail that down. So a lot of PTs just try to go after who the money, if they're good at I won't train women, right? I do not train women because I'm okay at it, of course, but I just don't, I find that's not the ideal client for me. So I just pass it on all the time. So I always really focus on who you get the most results with, who gives you your most money, who's been your client the longest. If you're a PT that just wants to train athletes and you don't have any athletes, or you have one athlete and that athlete is not giving you money, I'd rethink your business model. Athletes don't have money, right? They're the worst people, unless they're bodybuilding online clients. I think they're the worst people to train. There's athletes for show,
athletes for show and general pop the dough. Yeah.
So, I would really look at who's giving you the most money, who are you getting the most results with, who are you clicking the most with. If you don't get along with business guys, don't train business guys. Yeah. For me, I get along with business guys the most, and I can't stand athletes.
Can I just quickly jump in, because that's a really important point that you've just said, Aaron, is when we did our last episode, I feel like we had a lot of people coming back to us and be like, oh my God, I'm going to train business executives or CEOs and founders. And that wasn't their strength point. They didn't have any network or a foot in the door with those things. and it wasn't actually even who they really wanted to train anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I'm really happy that you're saying this, because I don't want the person listening right now to go, oh, I'm just going to copy what Aaron's doing and I'll get up to 50K a month. No, it's use the framework that Aaron's been able to use, do you know what I mean? And then take those steps from there. So I appreciate what you're saying. Keep going, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you get along with middle-aged women with kids, train them, you know. If you find that you get results with them, for me, I just wouldn't get results with them. I can't deal with it. So I'm a very stubborn, person that just doesn't click. So for me, the business guys work. There's no bullshit. I'm very, very straight. I'm very straight down the line. They respect that. I don't put them up on a pedestal. Treat them the same way as I treat everyone else. So for me, that works. I'd really find out who your client is. Sit down, look at all your clients, how much money that client gives you every single month. Whether that's going to be financially worth it to niche down on that one type of person. Of course, if you're just starting out, don't go turning away clients just because I've gone along and said, Aaron said to only train business guys or only train business women or only train athletes or whatever. But I'd look at those things and start to sort of, empower that person that you really want to train. So whether it be through the referrals, because that could be like, all right, I know this guy has given me, like some of my clients, they pay 25K a year, right? So if you look at it that way, there's like if they pay for their wives as well.
Yep.
So if I say to them, hey, I'm going to give you €1,000 for the referral.
Yeah.
Like some of them I could do that. I could technically give them €1,000 for a referral, and that would be beneficial to me.
Yep.
And then some of them, like I would see it a bit. For me, I would be worried giving a €200 to €300 referral for a woman, because if we're getting a single type of woman, it might not be a type of person that's going to stay with us for a long time. Yep. But as I said, business CEOs, they spend a lot of money and they stay for a long time. I don't think they'll ever leave. Another really good thing is what we've done with our clients is to ask our clients, what could I ever do that would make you leave me?
Yeah, I like that.
So then you can find out like what would be the things that basically they can't really ever leave you after that.
Yeah, well, especially if you fulfill on exactly what they want.
So like what's the thing that will make you ever leave me? So whether it be raise the prices to €150 an hour or whatever that is, just don't do what that one thing is. So I would say those are the first things. Really find out who your client is, double down on that type of client, but also still allow for that sort of network. And if you are like a booked out PT, start to look to bring a PT on, get them to shadow you, pay them like half salary for the time they're shadowing you, so they can learn as well. And then sort of put a bit of time into teaching them all the aspects of business. Don't just go, all right, because she's working for me or he's working for me, I'm not going to teach them business because otherwise they'll leave, right? It's not really the best way, because I think you'll find when you empower people, when you teach people, when you educate people, they'll be more and more loyal that you're not holding something back. So I always focus on if they left me, they could leave me, but most of them don't want to because they want to be part of a big team, right? So, most PTs, they do struggle. So, that's the things I would focus on. Of course, like all the stuff that you teach as well, mate, getting traffic.
That's the fun stuff, but you're doing the stuff that's legit working, and that's why I wanted to get you on here and just showcase your stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because I love watching you grow, Aaron. You're absolutely crushing it. Do you know what I mean? You're so genuine and authentic with it as well. And I think there is so much to learn. Like the notes that I've taken down, do you know what I mean, that I can put into the description and into the content that we do below this is golden. Like this is the exact steps that we're going to be able to follow through with. So dude, thank you.
No problem, man. I also want to clear one thing. With the referral system, do your maths. Don't go giving like, if you charge $100 a month or something for online, and I've just said pay them €100, which is maybe okay, right? So I always budget at my lowest client. If I'm not doing the coaching, this is always based on me not doing the coaching as well.
Yep.
What can I afford to spend to get the client?
Yep.
Right. So always do it that way. So I know I can afford to spend €200 a month to get the client, because I know the client's going to stay for longer than 1 month. So I'm willing to take that risk. But make sure you do the maths when you set up the whole referral system. Don't just go, all right, here you go. I'm going to put this in play because Aaron or Chris said to do this. But that's, I've seen that backfire as well for some people, because they just didn't really, they tried to offer my referral bonus, but then their clients were uni students, right? And they were charging half the rate I was charging. So then they're getting pretty broke pretty quickly because they didn't really do their maths. So
I think the absolute secret sauce of what you just said there was know what a client is actually worth to you in a lifetime. Because you just said, if the client comes on board, a CEO, and they're going to be staying on for a long time, that client could be worth 25,000 to your business. Do you know what I mean? So if you give 1,000 as a referral, you're still making 24,000 out of that. Do you know what I mean? And especially, like, I know we don't need to talk about Facebook ads because that's why we've done this episode today. But let's just say if we're running Facebook ads and you know, okay, a client is worth X amount to me, you know, how much you can spend on advertising to then be able to acquire that client as well. And I feel like so many people are just like boom, completely missing that topic as well. And that's why they're losing out.
Yep, that's one thing you have to budget in as well. Like with the referrals, I budget that my referrals are worth more than what my Facebook ads will be worth and what my Google PPC is worth. So that's one thing you should look at when you do the budgeting. And obviously, like, you're empowering your clients as well. So if they are giving you referrals, pay them really well.
Yeah.
Because they'll probably just give you 2.
Yeah.
Right. So and then they're probably your ideal client. It's really, like, Facebook ads is really, really good and you can target really, really well. But it's not always going to be the exact same person. So so my Facebook ad budget is 150 euros per client, but my referral budget actually works out to be 227 euros per client.
And the thing is, referrals is the best and the cheapest way to be able to acquire clients, because if I'm telling somebody, hey, you should go join this program, and it's coming from somebody that they respect, the barrier of entry, like, people are literally walking in through your doors and just like, sign me up. Do you know what I mean? There's really no real kind of like mountains that you have to climb over to be able to acquire that client. They probably have a few quick questions. You show them and do it, or you're not having to do it. You've got your other trainers doing it now, and they have an easy process to sign them on board.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, for our referrals, I go out for lunch. I pay for the person's lunch. So we just get a connection on Facebook. So we make it really simple. We just say, hey, can you connect me on Facebook with that guy or with that woman or with that person, with that company, whatever that is. And they connect us on Facebook, and straight away I'll give them a quick spiel about what we do, who we help. So not just, I might search on who their mutual friends are as well. That's another trick we use for LinkedIn, and I might just list off who the clients are, their mutual friends.
Yeah.
So they feel like, oh, okay, all these people I really trust, so obviously because they're friends with them. So you might just do it that way. Like, I help all these people out, it'd be great to have you on board. And there's no commitments. But what I'd like to do is before we even look into signing you on or any bullshit, let's just go out for lunch and have a chat, see if you like me. I'll pay for the lunch. So it's on me. That's the easiest way I found this. Very, very low barrier. A lot of people are actually, like, if you're a PT that sells face-to-face PT, a lot of people are really, really scared to what is in the intro session. Some people are like, especially if they're out of shape, right? They're a bit like, oh, fuck, this guy's going to kill me the first session, and then he's going to make money. So, like, I always go, right, this is a pretty low barrier, is where I go for lunch. It's somewhere where they recommend, so obviously you might have been there before. The situation and the setting is like known to them. It's not like you're taking them out of their water, but you're there. So that's something that we really focus on. And if you are selling the intro session, like in terms of PT, outline, like, whether it be on your Facebook ad or however you're selling it through whatever, just outline what they're actually going to get. And people don't just go, all right, I'm coming in for an intro session or a consult call, and I have no idea what I'm actually going to get. Like, I'm putting my hand in this, it's Tucky more. It's like, I'm putting my hand in this big black box. Well, I don't know what I'm pulling out. And that's a big truth as well. So outlining what people get as well straight away.
Yeah, totally. And that's the thing, like, I don't think a lot of trainers understand this, that doing, say, like a free session, a strategy session, a consultation or whatever, that's a really big barrier for people to jump. That's pretty scary to say, oh my God, like, okay, I'll sit down, talk to you. I'm going to have to open up, divulge myself. It's a big barrier for someone to get over. So you've done it brilliantly, doing, keep them in an environment where they feel safe, lower it down. You're taking them out to lunch. It's more about, like, are we a fit or a no fit? Do you like me? Do I like you? Is this going to work together as a relationship? And then obviously, how do we get moving together from here? It's brilliant. Now, a big thanks and shout out to Aaron for being so open and sharing everything in this episode. Now, the best next step for you to make sure that you get the most out of being here is that we've recently recorded the 100K coach plan. This is the steps that you can go through to find out what are you missing in your business and what is it that you need to be able to do to add an extra 100K or more in the next 12 months as well. So I'll pop a link below for you to get free access into the 100K coach plan. Also, any questions whatsoever, we want to be able to make sure that we're answering, so do comment below and we'll be looking forward to seeing you in the next episode.